Mayokai over here redeeming cat pet points. Ah. 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 I gotta pet that cat. I gotta pet it, Otis. I gotta pet it, Otis. He enjoyed that, but he didn't enjoy enjoying that. Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Beast Tamer Bard build, episode 208. We are in Elushinira, and I feel like we're actually making a little bit of headway here or there. Yeah, in my face. We're having like fun little situations, less depressing stuff so far, I think, specifically.
Here we go.
So that's cool. We have interacted with Shivaro in the 10,000 Delights, who has sent us on a little quest, and apparently that quest was a setup to get us killed, which I'm actually not really feeling that bad about, because I thought it was going to be us doing a bad thing, when in point of fact, we were just killing some nasty people, defending ourselves. So I'm actually less angry at Shivaro than I thought we were going to need to be. Okay. Head on up. A Beast Tamer bird. A Tabaxi. Oh, yeah, they're totally bird races. The Aarakocra is the main bird race, but there are other bird races in other settings. For instance, I think in Matt Mercer's setting, they have a specific, slightly different, like a Icefira, I think is what it's called, bird race, bird person. Yeah. I think bird races are interesting races.
Let's see what we can do.
But I'm not, like, I think they're cool, and I get, I get the appeal of them, but they're just not, like, super appealing to me, specifically. Alright, Shivaro. What was that all about, eh? I've been to the Rotten Guttery. You hired assassins to kill me. The Lilitu latches onto your consciousness. Her face contorts in a tense grimace, but you manage to fend her off with a determined effort. Ooh. 32 DC is tough. What? Is Minago the person that she met that changed her? Oh no! You piece of shit. Why couldn't you just go quietly there and die? You've caused nothing but trouble. Damn you for all the suffering you've caused Minago and me. Aww. Oh, I'm totally into this. I wanna see about the other. I wanna see this. Let's see if maybe she'll give us more information before we pick one of these, though. Why did you try to set me up? The Lilitu's rage is like a stream of liquid fire burning through your mind. She tries to hurt you, but you manage to restrain her. You are Minago's enemy, my sweet Minago. Vile Golarion, you'll pay for standing in our way. So you and Minago are... It doesn't have to be lovers, but clearly Minago is important to her. Demons do not know love. The demoness snaps at you. Certainly not the kind you have on your stupid Golarion. But Minago and I were closer than most demons ever get. We were bound by passion. At times, we irritated each other so much that we separated, but we were always drawn back to one another. We each became a drug to the other, and then you showed up and started hassling Monago. Tell me the story of you. I want to hear the wonderful story of Shivaro and Monago. The demon's rage fades. She speaks bitterly and sincerely, as if in confession. I always loved to sow chaos. You don't know love. You can't say that you don't know love and then use the term loved. You enjoyed. Get out of here. Whereas Monago wanted to rule over it. She once usurped me in my own scheme, snatched it right from under my nose, and reaped its fruits for herself. The gauntlet had been thrown. We spent long months trying to kill each other. We were both impressed by the other's passion. We became addicted to it. No one has ever wanted to destroy me with such fervor. This is a complicated relationship. Once I tried to kill her in her bed as she slept. The fight somehow turned into sex, yet it was so much more than sex. In the morning, we both realized we were bound by our craving for each other. Of course, we do still try to kill each other. Monago can be insufferable, and I'm not much better. But if one of us ever succeeded, it would be a terrible blow to whoever survived. I know demons should not have such feelings, but there is nothing I can do about it. I love that. It's like the Hand of the Inheritor, who's this creature who's been around for like a while. It's just like, wait, what? It just feels like repeatedly the Hand of the Inheritor gets involved in something. It's like, well, that's strange. That is outside the norm of what I have experienced. Could two demons truly fall in love, albeit in their own terrifying way? It's believed their hearts have no capacity for love, but you and I both know light is stronger than darkness, and it can shine even in the most impenetrable gloom. As everyone knows, hate equals love, or so parody Harry Potter fanfic stated. I do think, like, the Hand of the Inheritor has, like, that kind of, like, scenario. Like, obviously, there is so inundated foul demons, right? Like, so inundated in darkness and filth and hatred and all of that shit that, you know, even if they did love each other, it's like this tiny light amidst all of the rest of it. So I think it's a very interesting situation. And absolutely, it's an Azada choice, so we're totally going the route. Like, we're gonna bring so many characters together through love and happiness on the Azada path. I don't know that that's gonna be a good thing, though. I let Monago go. I don't know where she is now, but she needs your help. Chivaro's voice sounds baffled and distrustful, but holds a slight hint of hope. You let her go. But I thought Monago was dead. Why hasn't she come to me? Perhaps she didn't want me to see her at her most vulnerable. Or was she afraid she might draw Baphomet's wrath onto me after she failed at his task again? Damn it! The Lilitu's voice sounds odd, as if she's about to burst into tears. I appreciate it. Monago needs my help, and I will find her no matter what. Thank you for giving me a chance to see her again and ask her for... I'm just so sorry for everything that's happened between us. Wow! Wow! Honestly, that is way more than I expected out of this situation. Like, truthfully, she chokes on the words of gratitude, words she is likely uttering for the first time in her long life, then turns on her heel and quickly leaves. Oh! Chivaro just walked out of controlling the 10,000 Delights? That is crazy. Looks like Chivaro's throne stands empty and we're supposed to choose a new leader. I regret that we must ask our guests to leave the 10,000 Delights temporarily. Very soon, our doors will be open to you once again. Oh. I wonder if the Azada Mythic Path is the only way to get Shivaro to, like, stand down. That's really, really interesting. It was called Homion Grunger and the totally original plotline by Cyberwolf, if you want to check it out. That escalated quickly. Is that like a Hermione Granger, like, scenario there? That's... Oof. Oof. Right? It totally escalated quickly. I did not expect that was a... Oh, you know. We can visit Honeyed Tongue again. See what she has to... Would I like to play again? No. I don't want you to try to kill me. Are we talking about my immortal? What? What? What is happening? I'm so confused. Okay, that was cool. That was interesting. That was the famous Harry Potter fanfic, My Immortal. Are you really? Famous Harry Potter fanfic. I am obviously not a true connoisseur.
Here we go.
We will win this war.
I'm not aware of the famed fanfics as they exist. Can we go back into the 10,000 Delights? I really want... You are greeted by a succubus whose appearance is striking, to say the least. Her flawless skin, graceful figure, and aristocratic face would have made her a true beauty if not for the terrible, fresh scars. A jagged scar runs across her cheek, cutting through her scarlet, sensual lips under her high cheekbone. Her left eye is a gray cataract, surrounded by wounds from some caustic substance. The succubus's wings are tattered rags. Nevertheless, she behaves imperiously and with dignity, and those around her treat her with respect. The succubus sounds playful and relaxed. Welcome to the 10,000 Delights. My name is Herix, and I am the new madam here. Thanks to you. You rid us of that insolent upstart Shivaro, sending her after her haughty lover, Minago. So you can consider me in your debt. Know that you will always be welcome here, and my gift will be proof of that. Hey, we got the golden coin. Cool. With a graceful movement, the demoness hands you a golden coin. With this, every arch will recognize you as my favored guest and teleport you here. If you wish to spend the night, have some fun, or restock your supplies, come to me. Don't waste your time on my little crooks. Cool. Okay. Room, blah, 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 blah. More about the place and its owner. Do you mean the former madam of the 10,000 Delights, or the new one? The succubus winks with her one working eye. Who are you? To everyone else, I am the respected madam of the 10,000 Delights, the protector and patron of this palace of pleasures, the strongest who lives here, the one who has earned the right to replace Shivaro on the throne. You, honey, can just call me Herix. Cool. The succubus's smile is both seductive and unsettling. Aw, I don't want to say. I want to know. What happened to you? Herix slightly waves it off. You mean my scars? A trifle. I'm a succubus. We are all beautiful and charming. We aren't bothered by the odd questions that haunt your kind. What if I'm not attractive? What happens once my beauty fades? This is why we're not obsessed with our looks as you mortals. Have I ceased to be gorgeous because of a few scars? Flaunting her wounds, the succubus tilts back her head and laughs, a pleasant, arousing sound. I assume this place is like Hellraiser? I don't know. In what way you mean? This place is as Chivaro explained it, a palace of all delights. All delights, not just sex. All delights. I left these scars to serve as a reminder of how I got to where I am. As a reminder for others, that is. Now the smug scum will think twice before challenging my authority. Though you are a creature of the abyss, Shellen will not let me fail to acknowledge your beauty. Sociel shakes his head with regret. I don't understand why anyone should wish to spoil such beauty. The abyss has enough ugliness as it is. The succubus smiles, flattered. But you still see my beauty despite these terrible wounds. They are like a pinch of spice, serving to accentuate my utter perfection. I also have scars, but mine are different. My scars are for memory, and yours are for protection. You hide behind them like a shield. Hold up, Ember. Don't get us thrown out. Careful. you say things that hurt the soul, Ember. I need you to calm down. Why is this place so named? Because its name distinguishes the way my palace differs from a common brothel or tavern. The Cenobites and the realm of carnal pleasures, where the boundaries between pain and pleasure are obscured. Yep, totally. Yep, absolutely. Sounds right. And then some, right? Like 100%. This tavern, or this is the sovereign territory of every imaginable pleasure and joy. Oof. Most of my domain is hidden from prying eyes. Behind every door is a corridor with other doors like this one. We stand in the center of a small labyrinth dedicated to hedonism. Some dude got all his skin torn off in that movie. Ugh. Ooh. Skin tearing is one of those things where I'm like, ugh. Ah. No flaying for me, please, and thank you. No matter your taste in alcohol, sexual gratification, topics of conversation, music, and drugs, you will find like-minded individuals here. Anyone who knows anything about pleasure flocks here, bringing their sophisticated taste and proclivities. This actually sounds like a pretty, like, from all of the descriptions that we've had, there've been some, like, negative places or concepts, but, like, all of these sounds like, what's your kink, basically. Like, every single one of these is, like, is they tell us whatever you like most, you're gonna find here, you know? And I'm like, that's a sell that is difficult to argue against, right? Because it's one of those things where it's like, all right, chopped him into 3 pieces, ow. Like the torture, pain, pleasure aspect is like, you know, some people, sure, right? But this place is literally buffet. Like, pick what you want scenario. What can you tell me about Shivaro and Monago? At first, we thought those two would tear each other apart. Shivaro was in charge here for a long time, and no one bothered her because everyone knew who she was. Then Baphomet's minion, Monago, showed up. They fought. Oh, how they fought. They then started to conspire and plot against one another. They sent assassins, then they drew their enemies into a proxy war against each other. By the end, they were obsessed. They went from sworn enemies to partners and took over the 10,000 Delights. They started walking around hand in hand, cooing at each other. After that, they rarely tried to kill one another. Music, she's got my interest, although I'm not sure I'd like that type of concert, right? Like, here's the thing, like, I'm like, you're basically, I'm sitting here, I'm such a nerd. I'm sitting here envisioning a perfect scenario where I just have all the video games, all the books that I want, all the music that I want, all the food that I want, right? And then in a distant beyond, it's like, sex would be cool too, right? Like, but it's all this, I'm given like the concept of like, pick your pleasures, and I'm like, oh my god, I have all of this stuff. That would be cool to have all of this stuff. And then it's like, boom. You hear screaming from the next door, right? Oh, look, it's fine. It's fine. No more questions. What do you have to sell? Several items that were forgotten here by our clientele. Some of the forgotten items Herix is selling are stained with blood, and 2 of the rings bear the characteristic scratches of being cut off a dead body along with the fingers. Okay, then. We've got some weapons. Deep Rip, a dagger. Woljif could use an upgrade. Not for 88,000 gold, he couldn't. Each time the wielder of this +5 dagger lands a hit with it after hitting the same target with the soft cut dagger. Ooh, they go hand in hand. The enemy suffers additional 2d6 plus strength modifier slashing damage. Okay. If this weapon deals damage against a prone or paralyzed enemy first time in a round, it deals double the weapon damage. Okay. And yeah. An extra 2d6 damage is nice on every hit, basically. Okay. And then soft cut is this +5 dagger deals 1 slashing damage instead of 1d4 piercing damage. However, when dual wielded along with the deep rip dagger, soft cut activates its additional power. Okay, so you're trading 1d4 for 2d6, basically. So it does balance out somewhat. So that's still really cool. Like, that's still a very interesting, fun kind of like concept. I don't know that it's again. Here's my issue with action RPG or action RPGs, CRPGs like this, right? Especially ones like this. Some CRPGs you just get so much money that you're like, it doesn't matter. I buy whatever I want, right? I buy everything. Some CRPGs are like that. Other CRPGs are like this, where it's like you have enough money to get something, but you don't have enough money to get everything. I'm one of those players where I just wish I could just buy all of the uniques, and then I can leave them in my inventory and use them as I see fit, right? But unfortunately, that is not the case. Deathbed Servant. We got a flail. +4 flail under a constant effect of the Cloak of Dreams spell as if cast by a 15th level wizard. I don't actually know what the Cloak of Dreams spell is. I would have to look that up. Pathfinder. Cloak of Dreams. Enchantment spell. It is normally a 1 round per level spell. You're surrounded by a soporific aroma that causes all living creatures within 5 feet of you to make a successful will save each round or fall asleep for 1 minute. So you sleep aura around you at all times. That's interesting. Fairly interesting. Final glance. Elven Curve Blade. +4 shock Elven Curve Blade deals additional 2d6 slashing damage against blinded enemies. Interesting. Oop. Whenever the wielder of this blade lands the first hit in a round, the enemy must pass a will saving throw or become blinded for 1 round. So, you blind and then keep cutting them. That's cool, though. That's neat. Okay. Whistling Killer. A dart. Interesting. +4 Thundering Dart deals sonic damage instead of piercing damage. On a critical hit, it deals 1d6 sonic damage per 2 caster levels of the wielder to all enemies in a 15-foot area. That's interesting. Fair enough. Cool. Yeah, I mean, each of these weapons has, like, interesting use cases. Like, I would totally be like, yeah, I want to grab them all, but I don't know that I want any of them so much that I sacrifice my money, right? You know, like, we've got a limited amount of stuff. So, repelling bracers. Wear of these bracers is under constant protection from anyone who is getting too touchy. They get a +4 bonus to AC against touch attacks, but also suffer a -4 penalty on their own touch attack rolls. Okay, less cool. If an enemy gets within 5-foot radius from the wearer, the enemy must make a successful will saving throw or be pushed 5 feet away and become frightened for 1 round. That's interesting. That actually, like, you know, I would go for this and actually throw it on our main character to try to keep enemies off of him if the will say the DC was higher, right? Like if it was a DC 27, 28, something like that, I'd totally be down because that might actually push off some enemies here or there. Rascal's Gauntlets, +10 competence bonus on perception and trickery skill checks. Cool. Lizard Tail. If the wearer of this belt is an animal companion or is currently under the polymorph effect, it grants them a +3 morale bonus to AC and reflex saving throws. The wearer also gets a +8 circumstance bonus to AC for the first round of every combat. That's interesting. Only problem with that is I think, you know, like we're using enhancement belts on a lot of our peeps. So it's increased AC, which is really cool, but I don't know that I want that. I think maybe on Calypso it would be worthwhile, right? Because Calypso, she really doesn't do that much damage these days. She does sometimes, but she's more of a delivery system for Sela than anything else, it feels like these days. So, like, we could do that to try to boost her even higher. An honest consideration. Deathly Arousal. This choker protects the wearer from losing their head and not only in bed. Interesting. Once per day, whenever the enemy deals the wearer a killing blow, the choker restores them to 50 HP and makes all enemies in a 10-foot radius pass a will saving throw, DC 26, or become prone for 1 round. Yeah. Actually. Do I even have anything on my neck? I have a natural armor bonus +3, which gets overwritten by a bunch of other things, I'm sure, quite frequently. Maybe. This red cloak of resistance +3 makes anyone look good. It grants the wearer a +5 morale bonus on persuasion skills. Whenever an enemy confirms a critical hit, lands a sneak attack, or attack of opportunity against the wearer, the enemy must pass a will saving throw or become devastated by hitting such beauty. In this devastated mood, they suffer a -2 penalty to attack and damage rolls, as well as AC until the end of combat. Interesting. Sure. Headband of Reshaping. A Headband of Wisdom +6 increases its wearer's caster level by 1 when casting transmutation spells. Social uses a positive channeling charm. And I don't think we have anyone else that uses wisdom on the team right now. Totally, and we probably should. I bet there's a way where I could augment Social's damage properties or something like that with wisdom. I think that's actually like a battle cleric, isn't it? This amulet grants its wearer immunity against blindness and gaze attacks. That's cool. Vials of Blood, Colorful Feather, Demonic Heart, Screaming Omelet, sure. Oh, gotcha. We don't need 2 of them. Okay, deal. Quick save. We're actually gonna go use our I was gonna say, like, I tried to open there. Copy recipe. Oh, I already know that one. Unfortunate. Copy recipe. Copy recipe. Oh, copy recipe. Copy recipe. Copy recipe. There we go. How do you make a screaming omelet? Does it contain banshee bacon? That's actually not a bad. That's a pretty decent tie-in. Like, screaming omelets totally should be made with banshee bacon. That sounds plausible to me. I have to go. All right. I think we're actually good here. Okay. What do we have on our docket now? We did the grudges to settle. We did the third wheel. We need to talk to Hylor. That's going to be the next time we go back. Let's actually, I say, that's when we're going to go back. Let's actually go back. And then let's pick up Arushale one more time. And I do want to test bringing her to the 10,000 Delights. I know she said she did not want to go. But I want to see what happens if we try. So we're just going to save and immediately pop back out, accept, and we're going to teleport into the 10,000 Delights and see what happens. See if anything is triggered by Arushale being there. Question mark?
Can't make the demons wait.
I shall not be swayed from my path. I'm trusting you.
Nope. Okay, nothing happened. We're actually...
The world has suffered enough.
I think we might actually head over to Battle Bliss. That did nothing.
Struggles never cease.
That's permanent, I'm assuming. Okay.
Protects us.
Bad Luck Tavern. Experiencing the bliss. Okay. Yeah, we are going to go potentially start up the bliss. I've been talking about it. I've been like, we're gonna do this thing for like quite a bit. Actually, you know what? I'm somewhat impressed by the amount of damage
what
that
we can
Greybor was doing in fights. Like, I think he's kind of. I think he's kind of been a boring character because not much has happened with him so far. But he might be a strong character.
Here we go. I can handle it.
Because he was doing like 50 to 60 consistently a hit with the fact that he was like sneak attacking every single hit. Which I think is just such an odd mechanic. It just doesn't click very well in my head. But that's just from playing too much 5th edition at this point, I think. Okay, let us take a quick look-see.
A bright future awaits us.
My will is
You
resolute.
require my unbiased opinion?
Here we go again.
Well, we don't have most of our... Okay. 36. You know what? I'm assuming okay. I keep like cock teasing Battle Bliss so fucking hard. I think we're gonna need full buffs to actually do Battle Bliss, right? And we don't have full buffs right now, so I think what we are going to do is instead we're going to the fastest way to get around to what we're doing. I think we're gonna go explore a little bit. The art of making friends. What's the art of making friends? What's that one? We're gonna go to 10,000 Delights, and then we're gonna take the door into the upper city for the first time. So we're gonna go dip our toes. We don't have much longer in this episode or in tonight's play, so Battle Bliss is probably a bad idea anyways. So we're just gonna dip our toes into what the fuck's going on in the upper city, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Sorry, Arushale, we're just passing through.
Beautiful.
Trophies left at the 10,000 Delights. Sure.
Let's see what we can do. Here comes trouble.
Well, you know. 17, 15. Getting some, like, janky musical errors. Try to kill this guy outright. Nice. That's fun. Seems to have flooring in good repair. Yeah, all of the lava is very neatly contained, right? Like, it is the upper city. So, you know, makes sense. It's got to have a little bit of posh going on. Christ, Odysseus does so much damage. I'm talking about you, Otis boy. Otis boy.
I will resist.
Yeah, actually, point of fact, I need to do a lot of respecking. But like, Greybore does way more damage than Arushale does. It's just Arushale does it from range, so she's just kind of freer, more free to select targets, right?
The light take you!
Oh, I wonder if I could put... the short bow on me. Probably. Crikey. Oh, no. My boy.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Into the fray!
She's not nearly as good on her feet. Nice.
Together we stand.
On your horse.
Trust in yourself.
Also, make her bigger. I don't know why enlarge person takes such a long... It's like restoration spells and then enlarge person take like so long to cast. Rigorous training. Plus 6 wisdom allows the wearer to declare perfect strike 5 more times per day if they already have this class ability. Cool. Pretty neat. Alright, so that was fine. Yeah, it's the guards. The stones on this wall are oddly shaped. They seem to be the body parts of demons who have been petrified, chopped into pieces, and used as a building material. Oh, fucking K, I guess. That's a fucking
Here we go.
descriptor.
I sense something. I'm glad I was useful to you. I finished here. Is there more?
Nice. Oh, this heads down. Gotcha.
I finished here. Is there
To,
more?
the city below.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Yo, Helm of Static Discharge. +5 competence bonus to combat maneuver defense and electricity resistance 30. Also, whenever the wearer of this helm becomes the target of a spell that deals electricity damage, even if such effect was prevented by spell or elemental resistance, his next attack deals additional 2d6 of electricity damage. That's kind of cool. That's fun. I like that. Okay, we have stuff. That portal. A capacitor helm? That's unusual, right? That's cool though. The pillar greets you politely. If you are a promising young talent, you should follow the path to Lady of Valexia's manor. The rapture of rupture? Oop.
I can
That's
handle it.
not a cool way of saying that. The rapture of rupture. I don't like that. You're commoners? Okay, commoners, get out of my way.
Can't make the demons wait.
In pain, there is pleasure. If you like having a sledgehammer to the gut, that's fair. I really expected them to attack me, but they did not. This tree is growing straight out of the lava, apparently with no trouble at all. Then again, it's clearly no ordinary tree. Blood oozes from scratches on its bark, and the buds on its branches reek of rotten meat. Oh my god, it's the fucking play people. It's the theater. From behind a pile of expensive rugs and neatly wrapped boxes with clinking and fragile things inside, you hear a very, very loud whisper, an oddly familiar stage whisper. Grandma Gretlin, my horn is falling off. Calm down, let me fix it. All right, whose foot did I just step on? And whose chest spikes keep catching up in my fake tail? Grandma, don't push me. Let me just glue that horn myself. Social's expression lightens? Don't lighten, you should be terrified right now, casting off the tired despondency of a man occupied day and night with unpleasant but important work. The cleric smiles broadly, and it is that good, pure, and kind-hearted smile you so often saw on his face back in Golarion, and so rarely here in the Abyss. Oh no. Grandma, we're just gonna interrupt. Grandma Gretlin, what are you doing here, folks? Oh, my dearies, this can't be real, but I think I just heard the commander's voice. It sounds crazy, but for the sake of argument, let's say it isn't just my imagination. Let's say we truly, through some miracle, met the commander in the middle of the abyss. Well, in that highly unlikely scenario, I would answer him that we, being true artists, sought inspiration and material in the most suitable place. We've already spent a great deal of time among the Crusaders. Now, let us turn our efforts to the other half of the characters in our play, the demons. You're insane! That is why, our imaginary friend Commander, we are sitting in the middle of the abyss covered in thick layers of makeup wearing fake horns and tails to blend in with the locals, you see. This is a true challenge for an actor, to play a demon so well that even real demons don't suspect a thing. After all, it worked perfectly well when I pretended to be the Hell Knights' paralictor and showed up at their camp for an unscheduled inspection. Oh, how they ran and dashed about. In the end, I ordered them to dig a trench in the shape of a Ow! Grandma, why are you stepping on my foot again? It'd be funny if Regil was with us. Arushale giggles quietly, then asks in a whisper, with disguises like that, do they really think they'll be able to pull the wool over the demon's eyes? Speaking of which, why wool? Is that the best material for subterfuge? Are sheep considered innately underhanded among mortals? That's a fucking good point, actually. Oh, for the love of all that's holy, please get rid of all the makeup and when you get back to Dresden. I don't want the patrols to mistake you for attacking demons. Certainly, of course, imaginary commander, though I'm honestly not sure if this paint will wash away or the horns will come off. I used a very strong glue. Speaking of Dresden, Grandma, don't you have this feeling we forgot something? Our dinner basket? Grandma's knitting? Lambkin? Lambkin is in the room with our dinner basket, and my knitting is sitting on top of it. This is terrible, my dearies. We have to go back. Nice. Did they just teleport? Did they just Alright, Grandma Gretlin. What kind of secrets you got going on where you just teleport entire groups in and out of the abyss? What the... Fun campaign, by the way. What the fuck, yo? This is bullshit. Lava flows into the fountain through a specially crafted magic portal to the Rapture of Rupture. Rapture of Rupture. Alright, I am... That moves quite a bit more than other spaces in the Abyss do. That's interesting. That's actually quite interesting. Okay. Interesting as that is gonna have to be the end. Oh, look, it's a fucking Hypno. Perfect timing. You catch that with an Ultra Ball. If I can type. And... save, because that is going to be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. This was a much more, at least for me, the last, like, I've really enjoyed Aleutianera. It's a really cool, interesting location, but it is also somewhat depressing, right? As is a fair amount of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. There's a lot of death, there's a lot of good people dying, there's a lot of just general nastiness. And we're in the Abyss, right? So being in the Abyss, we get to see some of that kind of distilled down, dealing with heavy topics, and that isn't always fun, unfortunately. But it has been good. But this session has been fun, right? Like the last couple quests we've done have felt good, have felt satisfying, have felt interesting. So it's been neat. And I'm actually really interested to see what happens with Shivaro and Minago since we had that Azada path option. So very, very cool. That's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.